Well, I did it to myself this time. I really don't have anyone else to blame but myself. Hello, what's up everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka ReviewKingMB, and I just got done watching The Omen 4. This is a film, a TV movie that aired on Fox back in 1991. It's called The Awakening. It is directed by Dominique Girard. Holy fuck. Okay, so this takes place after Damien's death in the third film, where this new baby is born, and it's a girl this time. She is the new Antichrist, and she gets adopted by this family, the Yorks, and we basically just do the same thing all over again, just a dumber, shittier, horribly acted version of the first film. Wow! I cannot believe that I wasted my time and that this movie was as bad as it was. Let me first start with the co-writer of this movie. His name is Harvey Bernard. And the reason why I'm mentioning Harvey is because his name has been attached to every single one of these Omen films because he produced all of them. It's a Harvey Bernard production. But this is the first time he co-wrote one of them. And dude, what the fuck? I will say that it was a decent idea to make it this time a little girl, because that's creepy. A little girl being evil and doing evil things. Sure, that's creepy. And there might have been like one or two things that they did differently that I thought was creative, like the way how she got the black dog this time around compared to the original. But other than that, this was terrible. Let's look at the main actress. Faye Grant plays Karen. She was terrible. She was just god-awful. There were so many moments where just her delivery of these lines, her interactions with certain people, her reactions to watching the little girl, Delia, was just so unnatural, so just wooden, so lifeless. I'm like, come on! Even if you're not the best actress in the world, give me something here. Pretend that this is real. I don't know. You know, this is in the 90s. This is a TV movie. I should not have expected Oscar caliber acting here, but even the first three movies had better acting than what we're dealing with. The husband is Gene, played by Michael Woods. He was passable. He was decent. His role, it was more so Karen being put through the ringer. It was more so her being forced to deal with this little girl and all the evil things that she's doing every time that she tries to raise up concerns to Gene. Gene's like, oh, you're being ridiculous, you know, because this little girl is decent enough at telling lies. Delia, the adopted daughter, is played by Asia Vera, who I thought she looked familiar. I looked her up, and apparently in the 90s she was on an episode of Goosebumps and an episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark? Two shows that I watched all the time as a kid, so probably somewhere in the back of my head I just remember that. I don't know. She was decent. She had a creepy stare about her. She had moments of when she messed around with the bully, embarrassed him, and did all this stuff. Got his parent killed and did certain things that I'm like, okay, she's passable enough. And like there was one scene where she lied about these two religious people that came to the door, and she pissed them off, scared them off. And the mother was very against what she did, but she told a completely different story to the father. The father believed it, and this pitted the parents against each other for a little bit, and the stare that she gives to the mom as she's hugging the father. It was comical. So I don't know if that's what they were going for, but it worked for that one scene alone. But everything else is half-assed, piss poor, boring as fuck. That's one thing. Second is that they don't even do anything new or different with the church, with the nuns. There was one of the nuns who knew obviously what was going on, knew that this kid wasn't any good and being passed along to this family that's about to be put through a living hell. She clearly felt bad about it. But then she's gone and never to have been seen of again. So lame, lame, lame. There is a moment where Karen hires a detective, Earl Knight, played by Michael Lerner, who is a guy who his name might not instantly mean something, but when you look it up, and when you look up this guy, you will instantly recognize him. He's been in so many movies, so many TV shows. If you look up his filmography, it's almost insane to see how much stuff this guy has been in. He was good. He's the only good actor, like solid, just consistently, like, yeah, I can buy this guy. Of course, he gets killed, though, in the dumbest way possible. That's another thing. The editing of this movie, it was just put together sloppily. It was so poorly edited. So many of the transitions from scene to scene was just horrible, and like they would skip these long periods of time, and it would take me a while to realize that because it just jump cuts and all of these things that I'm like, what are we doing here? Seriously, what are we doing? Harvey, you brought this franchise back. You made a part 4 only because Halloween was successful. Friday the 13th was successful. A Nightmare on Elm Street was making money. That you wanted to make the Omen into a cash cow franchise. You wanted to do what they were doing. But guess what? You failed. You have failed the city. Thankfully for the last time, right? Because they did not make another one. Oh, wait. They did remake the original Omen movie. I guess I could watch that. It could be hopefully redeemable. I don't know. Obviously, I have soured on this franchise. Obviously, at this point, there's only one good Omen movie, and the rest have sucked. So, guys, thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments below if you too saw the Omen 4, The Awakening. Was it as bad as I'm making it out to be? It is a TV movie on Fox. Like, comment, subscribe. Later!
Swimming in beers, I've been through it all, let me trickle a tear. In case you didn't know, I was living sarcastic. A motherfucking monster, something Jurassic. Had to wrap the whole entire bed in plastic. Smoking good skin, switchy fucking with raptors. Killing and a drilling, and I'm sipping on the 4-0. Listen by a whole entire motherfucking torso. Oh, what a rush, sniffing some more blow. Let the bitch bleed, and I'm making a porno. I'ma keep it going a few times before I pass out. Wake up in the morning, realize I blacked out.